of the main struggles of playing Minecraft is being able to light up your house. There's always that area that is just a little too dark, and that zombie managed to spawn, destroy all your doors, pick up all your armor, and watch you whilst you cry in the shower. Happens to everyone, right? Right? Anyway, today we are going to be counteracting this problem by building a house completely out of blocks and items that produce light, so that no area of the house is unlit. Problem is, it's probably going to be ugly. So make sure to subscribe so that we can watch this ugliness unfold together. Let's get started by building an unmodded bright house. So here is every block that creates light. These blocks here create the most light each. These two create just slightly less. These ones as well, just a little bit less. Redstone when you stand on it, not very much. And these final ones here barely create light whatsoever. But that's a pretty good selection of blocks we've got there. Let's see if we can make anything interesting. So I think I'm gonna go for sort of orangey theme, as that seems to be the main color that we have here. And the main block being glowstone, which honestly I don't mind the texture of anymore. It used to be really ugly. This is gonna be the brightest house ever built. And like usual, we're not going for any boring old shape, we're going for something kind of interesting. And you may notice it just looks like pumpkins that I've used, when in fact it is jack-o'-lanterns. I'm just covering up the face on one side, as I think it just looks a bit nicer and more even that way. So actually one of the weirder house layouts I've ever done is looking quite strange at the moment. Deciding where to put the second floor on this thing. I think I'm actually going to make it 3 stories, which I rarely ever do, but I've got an idea. So a very bright layout. This is actually hurting my eyes quite a lot building this. It's just too bright, you know, especially with shaders. But you can kind of see what I'm going for. We're now going to work on the roof, which I'm going to use magma blocks for, which I think should complement it nicely. So there we have it, looking pretty interesting at the moment. I think we're going to use sea lanterns as the floor. Oh, and if you can't tell, this is going to be like a little rooftop balcony thing. But yeah, let's go with sea lanterns. So I feel like one thing we should add on here is a chimney, as we can have smoke coming out of it. Let's use one of these ugly blocks here, maybe this one. The Smoker, a very suitable name for a chimney. And then we can just put the campfire in the top up here like so, and smoke will come out, lovely. Now beacons are the closest thing we have to glass, so I'm guessing we're just gonna have to use these for windows. Just slightly weird. Unfortunately, however, I don't think we're gonna be able to use anything for doors, as there's no light up doors. And I've just realized how ugly this is probably gonna look. Ah, yes, well, that looks absolutely terrible. Now, I think I might be able to make a staircase using campfires, along with some other blocks. Let's see if you can walk up this. You can. It's gonna make the house a bit smoky inside, but at least we can actually make it upstairs. And being the genius I am, I went for 3 floors, so it's gonna be even more smoke. So much so that I'd say this is a bit of a safety hazard, as it's kind of hard to see where the steps are sometimes. But they're a light source. Let's use some ender chests as windowsills. Why, you ask? Well, because we've run out of blocks, that's why. And I guess we should use these also as like a protection so we can't fall off the edge of our balcony, because we can't use fences as they don't create light. What a pretty house. Let's start decorating the inside, where we're gonna add some ender chests in, I think, just around. Then, you know, like a smoker or 2 around, maybe a blast furnace, normal furnaces, conduit blocks. Love a good few conduit blocks around. A few end rods. Lovely. This is absolutely hideous. This may be the worst thing I've ever built. Let's try it out with mods instead, shall we? So here are a few examples of blocks that have been added in that are modded, but also produce light. Some of the interesting ones include plants, glass, and of course fairy lights. So for my main block, I'm going to use this blaze lantern. Let's time-lapse this little bit, shall we? So thanks to Chisel and Bits, we can make this house a little bit smaller so it doesn't have to be overly sized. But once again, we're going to give it 3 floors because we wanted to make it kind of similar to the other house. And you can see here that I'm just building the walls. I did build one of the roofs, but I might change that. You never know with me. I'm a crazy guy, or am I? No, I'm not. I'm quite normal and pretty boring. But let's see what we've got so far. So once again, we've got a couple of lower bit levels, and then we've also got like another little balcony area we're gonna have here, but this time we might be able to build a fence thanks to Chisel and Bits. So now we're gonna work on the roof though, and we're using a different version of glowstone. This is glowstone. This is glowstone. Lots of glowstone. Just different versions thanks to the chisel mod. So I ended up changing the glowstone block completely and using a different version of glowstone. Yes, there's a lot of glowstone used on this house so far. And guess what I used for my floor? That's right, it's another version of glowstone. You'll see me add that on later. Also added a couple of staircases as well, which are a lot better than those ones in the previous build, which means they don't have smoke pouring out of them. Okay, so we got a nice little layout here. The ceiling's reasonably low, not too low though. Staircase up here, and then like a corner staircase up here as well. And with this one, we can add a balcony in. And let's change it up by using some sea lantern. The way I make these fences, I start off really simple by just making something like this, which will, when you put it together next to each other, make a continued fence. But this is pretty boring. We can change it up slightly. And you can make things like little hearts like this. And you can add just more and more detail, making it look like a very fancy barrier. The only problem is you can repeat it like this, but when you get to the corners, you got to change it up. There we go. A very nice balcony to look out across the world on. And guess what? It's still all glowing. And then we have this glowing glass here. Which actually messes up when you turn it into a chisel and bits bit. Oh my gosh, you can't see through it, can you? Right. What else could we use? Ooh, I know what we can use. We can use some glowing water, which is a bit weird, I know, but you can see through it, which is perfect. And I made these little custom windows here out of the glowstone I've used for the top and that white water, which you can actually run through. But obviously you can't right now because it's super small. But I think I probably could throw things through it. Find out. Yeah, you can throw things straight through it. So we've added on all the windows, they're all the same. It's weird, it kind of makes the house look Victorian in a weird way, because of, you know, like the yellow crosses and stuff. Very weird, but I kind of like it. Let's start on the inside now, shall we? And we're actually going to start outside by making a bit of furniture. Starting with a nice table out of this magma bricks block, which, yes, is a light source. As you can see here, things are getting brighter. There you go, a lovely little table which took way too long to build. Let's place this in the corner here, and we'll use it again because it did take so long to build. That corner there, maybe we'll head upstairs as well and use it over here somewhere. Even make it into a double table with a little beam going across it. Lovely. I've also added in some of the banister from upstairs on here and up here as well, so we don't fall down those stairs. And now another block that glows is lava, and we can make a table out of lava, which, yes, you can just walk through like so. So it might not make the most useful table, but it may look pretty cool. Look at that, what a lovely set of table and chairs. Perfect for eating all your food on. Now we also have this blue fire here, which I think looks awesome. So we're gonna make a fireplace in a very similar place to where we had it on the other house. And we're gonna build it out of redstone lamp, because that's what everyone's favorite fireplace is always built out of. And obviously fire is dangerous, so we gotta add like a little sea lantern fence thing around it so no one can get hurt. Yeah, yes. The perfect fireplace, and everything again is very lit up. This place could do with a very nice rug, so let's make one out of glowing water and some other stuff. So although this rug may look pretty nice in the end, it is kind of see-through, and also when you stand on it, you move slowly, so not the most practical. But would you look at that? What a beautiful rug, if I do say so myself. And you know what? The slowing down just gives more time to admire it. Also added in a very nice cupboard made out of glowstone and some glowing water as well. Plus I've added in an ender chest. I think this floor's looking pretty good. Let's move upstairs. And I'm gonna make a bookshelf as well, out of, yes, that's right, glowstone. What a lovely bookshelf made out of mainly glowing water. Those books, not very readable. Now I'm just adding in random things such as shelves with some emeralds and diamonds on them. Trust me, they're real emeralds and diamonds and not glowing water. I guess we should probably add a bed in. A lovely bed, single of course, because there's barely any room in here. So it's very nice still though. We've got this very purpley crystal duvet and some white water pillows. It's a water bed, you might say. Let's make a matching bedside table to go with this. And of course on your bedside table you've got to have a blue glow water rose and an alarm clock. Definitely an alarm clock. We've also added a lamp over here. And one thing we've not utilised yet are these fairy lights, which I'll try and find somewhere for them to go. Oh, there, that's lovely. How about there as well? Kind of banging your head on them. But that's okay. So I'd say the interior of the house is pretty much done. The upstairs looking very fine. The middle floor also looking very fine. Our reading area, obviously, because of all those books. And the downstairs, we've got our dining area, we've got our fireplace, everything you'd ever need, really. So let's get working on that garden. Starting off with a pond, and we need to have some alliteration in here, so we're going to have a pink pond. Beautiful. And to prepare people for the lava table inside where you might get burned on, how about some magma blocks, which can also burn you on the way in? Don't worry, you can put yourself out on the rug. Plant some of these glow shrooms, because we need some more light in the area, as well as the glow flowers. And unfortunately, there aren't any natural glowing trees, so we have to make one. And there you go, a couple of trees made out of, you guessed it, glowing water. But they're the right colours, aren't they? Look at that. What a beautiful design. Let's have a look at it at night. Still looks the same because everything here is glowing. Love it. So there you have it, guys. That's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and a comment if you did enjoy, and I shall see you another time. Goodbye.